Hello guys, this is Zinhao for BrPC channel, and today the title of the video is Bankroll Management. Okay, let's talk about that. So first of all, I want to introduce just a little bit for the ones that are not very used with this expression. Bankroll is basically the working capital of a poker player. So is the bankroll the amount of money that he had to work and to play poker and to win more money with that. Okay, so first of all, I want to make it very clear. So there is no magic, there is no magic number, there is no magic formula. Okay, so I hope with this video I can help you to manage your bankroll well, and I want to give you the subjects and the tips that I think it's important in order for you to create your own strategy with bankroll, with your bankroll. Okay, so bankroll management is nothing more, nothing less than a strategy. So there's no right mathematic here, and there's no right or wrong. So there's ways to deal with that and ways to make it better or worse. Okay, so the second thing that I want to say to you is to advise you a site that is very important, and the more experienced players use that a lot. So it used to be pokerdope.com and nowadays is primedope.com. I'll let the this site on here on the video, okay? But it's a website that you can see if you're, of course, we're talking with cash game players. If you're a cash game player, you will see with your win rate and with your standard deviation that you can see on the trackers, how many buy-ins you can lose with this win rate, how much is normal a bad run and downswing, and for how many hands you could have a downswing, for you to have more parameters and to see if you're playing correctly, if it is just downswing, or if you maybe you're playing bad and some of these downswing you have mistakes to fix as well. Okay, so with that, what I want to say is one thing that is very important uh, when talking about bankroll management is to work on your win rate. So of course, and you can see with Prime Dope that the higher is your win rate, the lower will be your swings. So if you're having problems with downswing, you can deal with downswing, work on your game, work on your win rate, then of course you will have a good result. So what I advise you is to work a lot with Prime Dope and see and make your own models. So see how variance could be if you win, like if your win rate is like 2 BB per 100 with your standard deviation, and if it was 3 or 4 or 5, 6 or 1 or 0, whatever. So work with those models and see what is possible to happen with you and your win rate in some samples, and this will give you a way better direction on that. I can tell for myself, so I will give my example how I deal with that. My biggest downswing ever in 6 years playing cash games was, I think it was 30 or 32 buy-ins, okay? But I never have only that on my bankroll. So I normally play at least with 75 buy-ins, but normally I use even more, like 100 buy-ins, and of course I still have other sources of income. So this will matter a lot for you as well. So imagine that you want to move up fast and you have another source of income. So you can be a little more aggro with your shots if you have another way to get money from. But if your career playing poker is your only source of income, then you gotta be more needy with your bankroll management. Okay, so I normally have at least 100 buy-ins to play, and at least 50 binds to give shots. So I'm in my level and I already have the bankroll normally to shot the next limit, unless it's like 2.5x the next limit. So, and when moving up, giving shots, it's very important. So separate a little bit of your bankroll. Like, I'm gonna have a 10 binds shot, I'm gonna have 5 binds shot in the next level. So this is a very uh, smart way of having a stop loss on the higher limit. And if you run bad or something like that, you can go back to your normal level, grind more, win more, and try again to make your move up. Okay, so I already talked about how I do my bankroll management. I give you guys some numbers. You can be more aggro, you can be more needy. It depends a lot on your confidence, it depends a lot on your game, it depends a lot of how the games are, in which games you are playing. But overall, I would say that try to have a self-awareness and see how your mental will be with that. So I know that if I have like 50 buys and I have like 30 buys downswing, then it would be crazy to me, like to have only 20 buys to recover. I would probably just have I would be move it down before that. So because I don't like to do those move downs, I just give some shots, but I try to have a very comfortable bankroll. And I never did a move down in my life. I always did shots and went back, of course, shots and went back. But when I established myself at the higher limit, I never like went back and moved it down. So that's probably because I was very conservative with my bankroll management for all of those years, and I always shot at the right time. Of course, I lost a lot of shots. I remember going from 200 to 500 and lost like 10 times shots, like with 5 binds and 10 binds shots. So I took like months and months to move up from 200 zoom to 500 zoom. But always having like comfortable bankroll is very important for your career. Okay, thanks guys.